We have already done the first event, that is charging of tRNA for the process of translation in our previous video. Now let us move to the initiation. For initiation of this translation process, there are certain raw materials which are required by the cell. And all these raw materials, these are present in the cytoplasm of the cell. These are two subunits of ribosome. This is the smaller unit and this is the bigger unit of the ribosome. This smaller subunit, it is having two binding sites for the charged tRNA. This site is called the P site and this is called the A site. P for peptidyl-transferase. And A for amino acyl transferase. So these two sites on the smaller ribosome. It is ready there. P site is always first occupied by the initiating codon present on mRNA. So the second important thing which are required for this initiation process is mRNA. This mRNA is having coded language. Say, this is having 6 codon. The last codon is UGA. I have taken 6 codon for the sake of convenience. Otherwise, in actual situation in the cytoplasm, when this mRNA is present, this is having a very long chain of coded language according to the polypeptide to be synthesized. But for understanding, we are saying that this is the mRNA that is having these 6 codon. Another important thing, we all know that this mRNA is having capping at 5' and tailing at 3'. This tailing is nothing but poly A chain. Right now, we also know that this capping and tailing is to protect it from the action of nuclease enzyme. We have already done that transcription, it occurs in the nucleus and translation, it occurs in the cytoplasm. Both these processes, they are separate in space, one in nucleus, one in cytoplasm. Both are separated in time also. First transcription occur, then translation will occur. Okay, and because this is a very protective mechanism to protect it from the action of various enzymes present in the nucleus as well as in the cytoplasm. So that is why it is happening in this way. This 5' and will help this mRNA to bind on the ribosome. So this not only protected it from the nucleus, but it is also helping in binding with the ribosome. So now these two things. The third things that we already know is the charged tRNA. Charged tRNA is the tRNA that is having amino acid according to the anticodon, and anticodon, they are according to the coded language on the mRNA. So these three are the basic requirement: mRNA, charged tRNA, ribosomes. Beside this, a source of energy, GTP is required, magnesium ions are required, certain initiating factors are required. So in presence of all these, initiation start. What happened during initiation process, that this mRNA will come and bind here. How? Let us see. So in the first step, this we have done is the small subunit, and there are two binding site, P and A. Now the mRNA will come and bind over here. This is 5' with capping. This is 3' with tailing. This is starting codon, and we all know that starting codon is nothing but A, U and G. Now corresponding to this, charged tRNA will come here. This is carrying corresponding methionine amino acid here. Now when this site is occupied by this charged tRNA, now the bigger subunit will come and bind here. This is the initiating complex. So the process has started, and all these, they require, I said, a source of energy, that is GTP. Magnesium ion initiating factor are already present in the ribosome. Initiating factors, right? Now we move to the second step, elongation. Just now I said, imagine there are 6 codon. So one is this, second, third, fourth, fifth, and the 6th one here. So we are doing this process with the 6 codon, and in last we are having UGA. This is our last codon. What would happen in the next step? In the next step, this is our complex now. Inside this, there is mRNA. These are our 2 sites. There is already a tRNA. This is having, say, amino acid number 1 or methionine, because it always corresponding to AUG. And same thing there. There are 6 codon. And UGA here and this. So now the A site is occupied by another set of codon. Now corresponding to these, now another tRNA will come and bind with the anticodon. For example, if AUG is there, then anticodon on this tRNA will be UAC. These are the anticodon for these codon. So similarly, corresponding to the codon here, there will be anticodon. And accordingly, there will be another amino acid, say 2. Now, both the sites are occupied. P is also occupied, A is also occupied. Now comes the role of an enzyme, peptidyl transferase. This enzyme present in the ribosome itself. In fact, this is ribozyme. Now what this enzyme is going to do? This enzyme is going to initiate the peptidyl linkage between 1 and 2. What is a peptidyl linkage? We have studied in 11th standard that in amino acid, on one side there is carboxyl group and on another side there is amino group. So this is one amino acid and on second also the same is there. So what would happen? Linkage will occur in hydroxyl group of this carboxyl group and H of amino group, and this linkage is formed. This linkage is called peptidyl linkage. So peptidyl transferase is initiating this. When this peptidyl linkage is formed, this amino acid number 1 dissociate itself from this tRNA. So now this tRNA is free. The role of the tRNA is like a vehicle that carry the goods. It transfer the good, its job is over. So now it will go back to the cytoplasm. So when it goes back to the cytoplasm, this site become empty. Now there will be rotation of mRNA and ribosome in such a way that the tRNA that was present on the A site will shift to the P site, and now the another codon is exposed on the A site. Let us see how. So can you see now that now this site, A site is empty, and this is having another codon on mRNA here. So I think what would happen here? You can answer yourself. This is carrying now 2 amino acid on this. Now another corresponding tRNA will come here, and this is carrying amino acid number 3 corresponding to these anticodon. I think now you can tell me what is going to be the next step. Again the same thing, that is peptidyl transferase again will catalyze the linkage between 2 and 3. Again there will be translocation. So what would happen now? See, now all the 6 codons, they have passed through this tunnel of ribosome. All these have been changed, or all have given their message. Now on this position, there are now 6 amino acid, right? and here it is UGA. Instead of UGA, there can be UAG or there can be UAA. We have done that there is no corresponding tRNA for this. So now what would happen? This will be occupied by now terminating factor. This terminating factor initiate the third step, that is termination. Now what would happen? This amino acid chain will get separated. Right? Now this is in the cytoplasm. Both subunit of the ribosome, they get separated. Right? And now the mRNA that was carrying these 6 codon, it also get separated. Tailing, capping. This also gets separated. So now this is just the reversal of initiation. What happened to this capping and tailing? Capping and tailing, these are not translated. This poly 8A is not translated. So every part present on this is not translated. So such region which are present on the mRNA and are not translated are called UTR, untranslated regions. Bacho, again I am telling you, we have taken 6 just for the sake of convenience so that it is easy to understand the concept. Otherwise, in real situation, this chain is much more longer. And this continue in this way only. Basic concept is this only. Another thing, in 11th standard, we have done that a protein can have the primary structure, secondary structure, tertiary structure, quaternary structure. What about this? This is the primary structure of the protein. So, our machinery is giving the primary structure. Now in this primary structure, further folding, further bonding will occur, and now the secondary, tertiary, quaternary structure will be formed according to the protein and the function that is going to be performed by this protein. Sometimes this may happen that this mRNA chain is very big. In such situation, there may be more than one ribosome simultaneously on this chain. Such situation is called, when many ribosomes are together on the same mRNA engaged in the process of translation, polyribosomes, or simply we say polysomes. Once one polypeptide has been formed and this mRNA is there in the cytoplasm, this again can be utilized to form another polypeptide of the same amino